Alright, am I... Alright, looks like I'm streaming. Hey people, welcome back to my stream, and I feel like finishing the final round of Iwaihime. So I already finished like the game like back in March. Like the main game itself, but I haven't done the Sensei's route. So I want to do her route today. I don't know why, I felt like doing it today, so let's do it.
Hinagata sensei no surprise 誕生パーティー?
All the girls in the SC covered Susumu's mount. I'm watching a show with her voice actress, and it's refreshing. I like hearing her voice again. Anyway.
そういうものだったね。
雛形先生って一人暮らしでしょ?
Oh no, she's starting a Christmas cake.
彼氏もいないらしいしね。
You gotta help her out, you know what I mean, Suzumu.
前にここ何年も誕生日にお祝いした覚えがないって言ってたんです。
Oh man, that's so sad.
ちょっと意外だな。雛形先生だって友達はいるだろうし、女の人って記念日をお祝いするのが好きなんじゃなかったっけ？
女子はね、ある一定の年を超えると誕生日に関心がなくなることもあるのさ。ぶっちゃけ今の時点での私、年を取りすぎたなって思ってますし。
Jesus Christ, you guys are still in high school, man. What does that make me?
世の男どものニーズは低くて狭いからね。そうそう、女子はいくつになっても年齢の貧乏ダンスを強いられるのさ。
Oh, so Toei's still not yet like... I was kind of expecting Toei to be like, normal at this point or something. Oh, I think she has, but I guess she... Oh my god, this question. What is this? What is he applying? Toei broke the silence. A truly stunning question. And here, everyone thought she hadn't been paying attention. The girls all had a glint in their eyes. What is that supposed to mean?
数字じゃなくてもいい。若いとか幼いとか大人とか、そういう感じでも OK。
The rest of the girls gave Toei a thumbs up, as if to say, "Nice one, Kurakami." Oh no, he's actually contemplating. He's actually giving like, I mean, young girls are pretty cute, but he's gonna say that, isn't he? Oh no, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. He's gonna say something like older girls. Oh, that he's giving a same answer. What the hell, man? To be fair, my best girl outside Sensei, if I remove Sensei, because Sensei is my best girl, it would be Ruria, but let's not overthink this right now. Oh, that sucks. You know how that's like indifference to whatever. It's like I like you all, but that also means I don't like you more than anyone else. Oh shit! Every girl has her own charm, no matter what age she is. What a typical Suzumu answer. As per usual, carelessly step into a minefield only to dodge explosions with style.
すごい素敵なアイデアだと思うな。驚かすことが目的なんでしょ？
みんなで隠れて待って、わっと驚かす。
それじゃあ子供のいたずらみたいだな。
鹿の角とかつけて お化けのふりでもするとか。
Jesus Christ, Toei, considering what all this guy been through, don't do this.
それだとただのお化け屋敷。
Thank God. Thank God, after what you guys been through. Oh my God, don't do that.
そういう方向もありかもだね。私は雛形先生にふさわしい大人の余裕ある幸せな驚きに演出したいですけどね。
What is age appropriate for Miss Hinagata anyway?
おなるほど。花束とかケーキで驚かせる感じなんだね。
みんなで隠れて待って花束でわっと驚かす。
それいいね。突然お花いっぱいに囲まれたらびっくりしちゃうよね。
ケーキの中から進むがどう？
Toei, I don't know where you're getting these kinds of suggestions, but it...
それも奇抜でいいけどケーキが台無しになっちゃうね。あ、驚かせる用のケーキと食べる用のケーキが別にあればいいのかな。
Suddenly, I remembered like weird. I think it was a Simpsons skit about, you know how some cakes have strippers on them, but it was like the setting was like a retirement home, and the stripper was also old, and she died in the bed. That was a weird thing to remember right now.
あ、やっぱダメ。食べ物を粗末。
You got that right. You got that right.
黒髪先輩の考えるサプライズはどうにもずれてる気がします。鈴む、驚かせる要素はあまりこだわらなくていいんだよ。そうそう、その瞬間まで秘密で準備を進めるだけで十分にサプライズだからさ。
あ、そうなんだね。ごめんごめん。
ケーキがと別に用意してますと言ってそっちもと
Really? What the
声
fuck?
のサプライズも面白そうだな。
A surprise within a surprise. Is this a Matroska doll?
黒髪さん、食べ物を粗末にするネタを引っ張らない。
Yeah, she was the one that said that. Long story short, they eventually decided all that mattered was putting together a birthday party without Hinagata finding out. They'd buy the cake and bring drinks ahead of time. Then, while Hinagata was busy in the infirmary, they put up the decorations in the club room.
そしてタマヨに大切な相談があるから来てと呼び出してハッピーハッピーバースデー。
What the fuck? Why is there like happy birthday time? She never said the word time.
ひながたびっくりしてひっくり
I don't like this localization bullshit, bro.
だからそういう方向じゃありませんって。
あー、もしもし夏くん、今時間大丈夫？海トナカイでコンボ？へえ、そんなコンボがあったんだ。海トナカイを召喚して引き潮で残留させて、へえ、そこで産卵を使うんだ。
They're talking about card games, aren't they?
世界観も謎なカード。
I knew it. Natsuya was absent today, so Suzumu had called him to tell him about the birthday party. Since Natsuya was a big hit with young card gamers, he was in high demand for duels at toy stores all over. The release of the recent expansion, Horn Terrors from the Deep, had sparked a card game renaissance. After that, Natsuya had been too busy with the LCSC as of late, but they all needed to clear their schedules for the birthday party.
ああ、そうなんだ。それは無理だね。
Natsuya already had plans. One of his card game buddies was having a birthday party on the exact same day, and he had already accepted their invite. Yeah, you know, this is obviously like, after the game, they thought of making like an expansion, and they were like, we gotta get that guy, so we're just gonna go with what we have with the cast, which is basically all of them minus one.
秋田先輩って結構子供のヒーローですよね。
小学生の男の子はみんな夏くんを知ってるイメージだね。
Jesus Christ.
戦略があってそっ ちも誕生パーティーじゃ仕方がないよね。
でもプレゼントは用意するって。
出席はしなくてもケーキ代の分担金は払ってねって言っといて。
During the Hinagata sanction sleepover, they cooked up a feast at the home economics class, but this party was unsanctioned. So they decided they'd make do with a modest cake and some drinks and decorate the club room as best as they could.
100均で適当にパーティー用アイテムを揃えるだけでも立派になりますよね。じゃあその辺のセンスはリディアに期待ということで、あと黒板いっぱいにおめでとうって感じのを書きたいね。私そういうの得意。やらせてください。春宮先輩はラッカーとかでの落書き得意そうですからね。だとこら祭るぞ。私も何かしたいけど何も思いつかない。
じゃあ一緒にあれを作ろうよ。ほら小学校の時に作らなかった？ 作る鎖みたいな飾り。
You gotta remember what her case was at that time.
おー、いいねいいね。学校ならではの雰囲気が出るよね。
Oh, okay, she'll do her best. That's so sweet.
ちょっと待ってくださいね。
Considering what she's been through at that time.
容量いいね。これでオイラはいつでも引退できるね。こういうのは部長が率先してやるべきことと思います。
Just then, the door opened.
シャチホコブ美少女顧問雛形まゆちゃん華麗に参上。
Nice.
おっとっとっとっと、隠して。
The surprise would be ruined if Hinagata saw their planning sheet. Everyone panicked to put it out of sight. They were like kids at camp who'd been up way past lights out, only to frantically pretend to be asleep when the counselor came in to check on them.
あら何？先生に隠し事？いえ何も隠してません。ねえリリアちゃん。はい何も隠してません。ですよね鈴原先輩。
Each time someone says, try to say that shit, it's quite obvious.
あ、
先生にだけ内緒なの？
Unfortunately, Sensei.
社長顧問をのけ者にするいじめ発生。先生がっくり。みんなを呪って睡眠薬の代わりにラムネをガリガリ飲んでやる。別にタマユに悪い話をしてたわけじゃないって。
Or are they?
本当なの？トエちゃんあなたが教えてくれればいいね。
Oh, that's the best she could do. To try not answer. She'd act as if she was still affected by the curse.
本当は先生に小じわが増えたんじゃない？とか噂してたんでしょ？
No.
枯れ際に白髪があったとか首筋に年齢が出てきたとかそういう話をしてたんでしょ？
Is that what they call it? Turkey neck? What the hell? Oh my god.
してないむしろどうやったら雛形先生のような素敵な女性になれるかを話し合ってました。そう憧れの女教師ナンバーワンってね。先生の魅力って結構芸能界でも他にいないタイプですよ。神社でも他にいないタイプ。
雛形先生の魅力は雛形先生以外の誰にも出せないものだと思います。
本当にみんな私の悪口を言ってなかったの？
I really don't think so, man. They all smiled and shook their heads. Finally, Hinagata shrugged and smiled contentedly. He didn't seriously believe her cute little students would ever speak ill of her anyway. Wow, confidence. The LCSC was as harmonious as always.
私のような魅力を身につけられるようにみんなも努力なさいな。じゃあ私職員室に行ってるから何かあったら呼んでね。
Truly best girl. And with that, Hinagata was gone like the wind.
危ない。
Yeah, that is so Aburai.
ひな形の悪口なんて絶対に言わないのに。
先生もそんなつもりで言ったんじゃないよ。
Yeah, she was just joking. Don't worry about it, Toei.
そうそう、いつものただのおふざけだよ。でも冗談抜きで平形先生は尊敬に値する方だと思います。それは同感だね。あんな先生、
No, can
あんな女性なかなかいないよ
her
ね。
her freaking slangs, man.
つうか、あの年であれはないよ。
Wait, what is she talking about? What the hell's Kai?
あれって。はーい、シャチホコ部美少女顧問雛形まゆちゃん華麗に参上なんていい年した大人は言いませんって。
Oh no, here we go. They're trash talking her right now.
あれは痛いを超えてもはや寒々しいよね。
Wait, what the fuck is going on?
やっちゃいけない大人の見本。
Oh no, this is a dream.
クロッチも言うね。
I know, I think this is a dream.
だの白髪だの。
But suddenly they went full asshole, right? they went to trash talking her.
相変わらず息臭くね。
There you go. Here you go. This is the sign that this is like a
何
dream.
を食べてたらあんな臭い息吐けるんですかね。雨上がりのミミズの匂いに似てる。なんでそんなもんの匂いを知ってるわけさ。スズムもいつもよく平気な顔して喋れるよね。
Yeah, something is wrong here.
すごい尊敬する。スズム臭くないの？
まあ僕も臭いかなって思ってる。
What the fuck? I like how this is some sort of Rikishi bullshit. Yeah, at some point we started dreaming, man. Man, this is so bad.
つかさ、死ねばいいのに。
つうか生きるなって。酸素もったいね。むしろ尊敬。私があんなだったら即日首つるね。
つらされる縄がかわいそう。
Oh man, that's the next level burn. I feel bad for the noose.
だよね。黙って静かに息を止めて窒息して死ねばいいのに。
はあ、もう存在自体が深い深い。
死ねばいいのに。死ね死ね死ね死ね。キモいキモキモうざいうざうざうざうざ。雛形だって死んじゃえ死んじゃえ。
Oh wow, her actors really went for it. But Himegata is well aware of that. That she's experiencing the dream. It's not like she went through her high school life to being a teacher and be like, it's this shit again. There it was again. Right after I left, I heard them stalking behind my back.
聞こえるはずない。シャチホコ部のあんなにいい子たちがあんな口汚いことを言うわけがない。
I was almost hyperventilating and leaned against the wall as I caught my breath. A passing student gave me a worried look.
先生、大丈夫ですか？
ちょっと貧血みたい。心配してくれてありがとう。
そうですか。お大事に。
The girl bowed and walked off.
ふらふら歩いてんじゃねえよ、クソ教師が。
Damn, this dream sequence. No, it's been a while since I played this game, so I forgot how harsh this shit is. Once she round the corner, the student's face changed, and she stuck out her tongue. It was long like a lizard's and covered in warts.
何が貧血だよ、ババアが。 もう更年期障害かよ。クソ邪魔くせ。風呂で貧血を起こして煮られて死んで、汚ねえババア汁にでもなってんのがお似合い。
Wait a second. Isn't this the same monster to that symbolizes the stalker dude? Why is she having it?
今回のはしつこいわね。こんなのもうとっくの昔から慣れっこだというのに。
I furrowed my eyebrow and managed to really smile.
しつこいわね。私の霊障も。
That was right. That was a haunting. My haunting. Oh my god. A haunting that caused me to see and hear everyone I came across as though they were bad-mouthing me behind my back. Thanks to that, it sounded as though the members of the LCSC were saying terrible things about me right after I left. It may have all felt real to me, but it was a haunting. No doubt about it. After all, there was no way they'd say something like that. I knew perfectly well what good kids they were. So I was positive it had to be the haunting's fault. No matter how hard the haunting tried to convince me it was real, I could tell it was a hallucination just by using basic logic.
おあいにくね、霊障さん。あんたとはもうずっと長い付き合いだもの。全然へっちゃらなんだから。
Wow, this is why she's best girl. Her rationalities, it's because, she experienced this thing when she was young, and, she grew up to be an adult with, like, the capability to think about these things carefully and calmly. Even the insults of the girl who turned the corner had been part of the haunting as well. If she really was the type to say such horrible things, then why would she have ever shown the teacher concern? It just didn't add up when you thought about it with a clear head. It was too far removed from reality.
それでも全く答えないかというと、そうでもないものね。久しぶりに大きめ
I like how this was like.
ちょっと答えちゃったわ。
Yeah, I also had that. I was also caught off guard when they switched from like talking about things to like suddenly a haunting situation. That was
そ
interesting.
れともこれって私がまだまだ若いことの証なのかしら。
Wow. I like how she tries to diffuse, like, whatever she was feeling at that time.
霊障のピークは高校生時代。若さと霊障のピークは一緒。つまり、まだ霊障のある私は、まだまだお若い。
That meant I still had it going. Thank you, Mr. Haunting. Now I had something to be happy about. I'd gotten used to these sort of hauntings long ago, much like the rest of the descendants of the quintuplets. Quintuplets? sorry, I was months ago I wouldn't care about the word quintuplets, but now I'm like, because I watched Faitoban sometime this month. I finished Faitoban some time ago, and I'm like, descendants of the quintuplets. I hit the peak of my hauntings back in high school, but I'd refused to give in, and I had the words of my mother, who'd also suffered from the hauntings. You, me, your grandma, and all the women in our family are captured by mysterious darkness when we were young. We hear people say bad things about us behind our backs when they actually aren't. You must have started hearing them too, Mayu. My poor little girl. It must have hurt, didn't it? But think carefully. Do you really think they'd be all bad-mouthing you behind your back? You're friends with Koto and Soda, right? If they had so many bad things to say about you, would they really be coming over every day? Yeah, obviously that doesn't make sense. But at least her mom was like paying her think about things, try to step back and think about things. Put yourself in their shoes. If you hated someone that much, would you really want to spend time at their house every day? See? That makes no sense, right? Your friends aren't bad-mouthing you at all. It only sounds like they are. That's the illness. You're not the only one. It happened to me, it happened to your grandma too. And according to her, it happened to her grandma and her grandma's grandma. It's all a bizarre illness that runs only in our family, one that passes down with each generation. In fact, I hear you saying bad things about me behind my back a lot as well. What's that? You never did that, did you? Thank you. I already knew that, of course. I know how much you love me. That's why even if it sounds like you're badmouthing me, I know it's all the illness to blame. I wonder how many generations they went that they could just solely be like, nah, this is just bullshit, you know? 'Cause They didn't. They at least didn't have someone do like a combo break, so that's like, wow, that they really had good parenting, you know. So don't let it bother me at all. Even if it seems like you're talking behind my back, you're not actually saying it. It's the illness talking. Just keep in mind that none of what you're hearing is real and ignore it. All those bad things you thought your friends were saying about you is all the illness's fault. So just don't let it get to you. My mother called the hauntings an illness. I only learned this later, but those who came before my grandmother called it the work of evil spirits. They reframed it as an illness in the modern day, but my mother and all those who came before her understood their hauntings quite well. Our hauntings made us hallucinate that others were saying horrible things about us behind our backs. It was probably the weakest of the hauntings among the descendants of the quintuplets. So she's Itsuki. No, I'm just kidding. But in exchange, it was the most insidious and the most persistent. Hauntings are caused by the cursed suit that accumulates within the body. As such, once one gives birth, all the suit is inherited by the child, while the mother is free from her hauntings. I remember, however, I remember what my mother said as clear as day. In fact, I hear you saying bad things about me behind my back a lot as well. The significance of this was great. My mother should have lost all her cursed suit when I was born. Her spiritual defenses robbed by the suit should have been recovered, rendering her immune to future hauntings. Yet she heard me badmouthing her in spite of that, and not only just once or twice. My family's haunting had their roots deep within their mind. So even after they were freed from them, the hauntings remained in the form of persecution. Oh shit! So they developed they developed persecution complex because they only get released from the hauntings when they come of age. Despite being rid of the cursed suit, the persecution complex would cause them to hallucinate others man-mounting them behind their backs for the rest of their lives. Meanwhile, the hauntings for the rest of the descendants of the quintuplets were very severe, but they left no traces behind. The brain is a fine piece of work. It treats information that doesn't conform to reality as static and erases it. That's why hauntings are forgotten like daydreams as soon as they can, no matter how horrible they might be. But my hauntings were different. They felt extremely realistic. It was very easy to believe others were bad-mouthing me. So my brain didn't delete the memories of my hauntings. Deleting them required a firm and careful reasoning. I had no choice but to use that to willingly ignore these memories by pointing out the inconsistencies between them and the people I knew so well. It was painful and suffocating, bordering on self-torture. With experience in the right physical and mental fortitude, it was possible to a certain degree. However, the hauntings tend to strike in places you least expect it without warning, sometimes making them too difficult to bear. I was warned never to tell another soul about this, but my grandmother didn't die of heart failure. She committed suicide. In her suicide note, she talked about how she'd been driven to despair by my grandfather's constant belittling, but realizing it was the work of the hauntings, my mother destroyed the note. My great grandmother also taken her own life. Our hauntings put down roots deep within our minds. Even after we were freed from them, the scars plagued us for the rest of our lives. Once we started getting old, our minds and bodies weakened, making it difficult to endure the pain and leading to a tragic end more often than not. I was still young. I could ride out my hauntings relatively easy with a cheery attitude and stiff upper lip. But that probably wouldn't work forever. Perhaps I too would meet a pitiful end, just like my great-grandmother. Oh, my mother also committed suicide. Why does the best girl always suffer?
それでもまだトエちゃんに比べたら
Well, you know, Toe straight up dies. You know, when you know, she just straight up dies. Fuck, man.
あの子なんか子供を産んだらすぐに苦しんで死ぬという輪廻を1000年も続けてるというのに、気の持ちようでいくらでも頑張れる私なんてまだまだ軽い方だわ。
I was okay. My mental barriers hadn't abandoned me yet. I could still find happiness. Besides, things had been more manageable since growing up. Back in high school, the hauntings were far worse and happened around the clock. Yet even back then, I had always breezed right through them. Oh my. J.K. Hinagata.
ああ、おはよう。おはよう、まゆ。今日もお綺麗でございますこと。ありがとう。でも、ゆかもすっごい綺麗だよ。あらあら、それはどういたしまして。
Oh, nice.
どういたしまして。
My friends and I had our silly little greeting. I headed for my desk to put down my bag. Just then I heard my friends talking in hushed whispers behind my back.
何が綺麗だよだ。ちょいと美形だからって調子ぶっこきやがってよ。マジムカつくよね。ホームに転落していい感じに電車に顔面粉砕されてくんねえかな。
For some reason, this feels so realistic. Because I can really imagine some trash talk like this.
そしたらその飛び散ったちでオムライス作って豚に食わせる。
Wait, she had the word omurice, but the word is meatloaf. What the fuck? I hate this translation, man.
何それ豚かわいそう。食ったらブチブチの腸吐き出して死んじゃいそう。
Shinchaita. The two cackled in repugnant voices not of this world. Or so I hallucinated. When I turned around, their expressions were peaceful and they waved to me when our eyes met. But once I faced forward again, their faces twisted with disgust and they cackled once more. It was the same haunting as always. This had become part of my everyday life at this point. It didn't faze me at all. I was perfectly fine. Once I thought about them with a clear head, I'd realized they weren't real. The two of them were good at heart, and they were wonderful friends. That means Mai was so lucky that she could, like, you know, find good friends who were actually good at heart and all that. I could never imagine them saying such hurtful things. Besides, if it was real, then how could I know they had disgusted looks on their faces? What? Did I have eyes on the back of my head? It didn't make sense no matter how you spun it, which meant that this clearly wasn't real. My mother had called it an illness, but that definitely wasn't it. This was the work of evil spirits, meddling by spirit hauntings.
ひな形ってね、でけえよな。やらしい胸してんだろうな。こねくり回して、こねくり回して、引きちぎってすりつぶして、引きずり出してやりてえ。
はーい、チャイムが鳴ったら席に着く。
Time.
あれ、ひな形、まだ生きてんの？
Oh man, what kind of mental fortitude do you have to go through just to survive this bullshit and this every day, man? This is so much suffering, man. The whole class was slandering and mocking and humiliating me. But it was all a haunting. I'd gotten used to this ages ago. Hauntings were just bullying by the dead who still clung to the world. Oh, this is like Mako, right? when I think about Mako. Anyway, Mako. Yeah, Mako. I wish there's season 2 of that show. Anyway, at present there was no way for the living to beat them, but by smiling and keeping a firm presence of mind, you could deflect the spirits with positive energy. Smile a day kept the hunting at bay. Oh, that's so right. I calmed down and placed my faith in my friends, teacher, and classmates. No one was saying anything bad about me. I just had to keep smiling, watch and learn.
雛形まゆ
See? The class had had been a whirlwind of slander, yet in reality it was quiet and peaceful. The teacher took a roll call.
雛形の返事は今日も明るくて元気だな。みんなも朝から元気よく返事をするように。朝から寝ぼけていては頭に入るものも入らんぞ。
Oh shit! Oh no! She is the Kohaku of her route. Not again. The teacher beamed at me, affirming my cheerful reply. I gave an embarrassed smile, and the rest of the class grinned. See? I didn't hear any bad-mouthing then. Nothing but spectacular smiles. Smiles blew the hauntings away. That was my trump card in my war against them. My mother told me to look up and ignore them, but that wouldn't work. You wouldn't be able to endure them forever if you just accumulated damage over time. I was different. I didn't endure. I evaded them perfectly. No damage, earn affection with wonderful smiles. A brighter future awaits. I don't know why I had to read that. The hauntings certainly weren't easy. But considering how clearly it taught me the value of smiles, they didn't really seem so bad. I was born with this, and I couldn't escape it. So I had to make something positive out of the whole situation.
雛形ってマジでムカつく。死ねば死ねばいいのに。
I turned around and gave a smile and waved. She noticed and reciprocated in time. How did you like that, haunting? My smile could conquer any slander you threw my way. Your attempts at hurting me were pointless. It was pathetic how powerful the spirits were. I almost felt bad for ignoring them. So I threw them a bone and garried the next insults their feeble little minds managed to conjure. Oh man, I like her. Oh, that was fast. The teacher was saying something while writing on the blackboard.
だくよ。雛形なんで生きてんだ
I think it's a pain to ask to be like trying to do like exams or trying to study, and all you hear all the time is someone trash talking you.
ではここの問題を雛形
30点ってとこですね。
ん
My mother told me to ignore the hauntings, but I chose to face them head on instead. It was probably a little weird. I was supposed to just be dodging them entirely, and yet I was facing them directly. Perhaps I was in my rebellious phase. I didn't want to follow my mother's guidance blindly. I didn't want to face the same fate. Oh, her mom's already dead at this point. So maybe I was consciously turning my back on her teachings.
ただいま。
Tie-dye marked. I heard an ashtray or something being thrown, clattering across the floor. That was what greeted me instead of the genial Okairi. My father had woken up from his night shift. I was in a bad mood. My mother had returned from her part-time job while complaining about how stupid her boss was. Their tempers clashed, resulting in yet another marital spat. Okay, her situation was also bad at home. I mean, actually bad. Oh no! Her mom went insane. Fuck! Fuck! Her mom can't cope this shit anymore. Oh my god, look at that trash. Oh my god, it's so dirty. And there it was again. This was the second time mom had accused dad of constantly insulting her when she wasn't looking. But I never heard my dad do that once. He wasn't the type. No matter how upset he got.
陰でぐちぐち言ってるのも私全部聞こえてるんだからね。気づかないと思った？いつもちゃんと聞こえてるんだから。
Yeah, when you get older, you just lose her patience and all that. So this is very painful for Mayu. My father finally ran out of patience, resulting in a heated argument. My mother probably wasn't much longer for this world. Hauntings are meant to be passed on from parent to child at the moment of birth. So the fact I was here meant my mother must have been freed from them. Yet she still heard them. That could only be a scar left by the hauntings. A persecution complex. Why did we have to repeat what we already know?
マユ、帰ったならただいまくらい言いなさいよ。
I literally did.
言ったよ。
いいえ、言ってません。母さんは耳がいいの。あなたが朝ご飯を食べるとき、また夕べの残りかって舌打ちしたの。ちゃんと聞こえてるんだからね。
I never did any of that, of course. Not once had I said anything behind her back. But she claimed to have heard it all the same, even though she had been liberated from the hauntings. This was the fate of those who didn't resist. My mother had told me to ignore the hauntings, much like how parents and teachers told to ignore bullies. To ignore meant not fight it back, and all that would do was permanently erode your heart and mind. Okay, I learned something to keep in mind. I concluded from my experiences with bullies in grade school that it would result in a slow death. So ever since then, I decided to do the opposite of what my mother taught me. Even if I told her that my friends were bad-mouthing me behind my back, she would disregard it and tell me to just ignore them. And what happened to those who followed that philosophy? My grandmother ended up committing suicide. My mother would most likely meet the same fate in the near future. I'd be damned if I ended that way. I'd fight back. I wouldn't ignore them. I'd carve a happy life with my own hands. I wouldn't submit myself to the misery like they had.
どうして私に感謝しないの？あんなにも苦労して育ててあげたのに。
This is so much suffering, man. I always thank you. I never say anything behind your back. But no matter how many times I told her that, the result was always the same.
そうおっしゃい。母さんは耳がいいの。あなたの陰口は全部聞こえてるんだからね。
じゃあきっとそうなんじゃない？
Oh, man.
はあ？今なんて言ったの？
母さんにそう聞こえてるなら、それが母さんの世界なんじゃない？私が陰口を言ったって言わなくたって。
Okay, she just straight up
母
said,
さんの世界では
tried to trash talk her
こ
now.
とになってんだから。
I was fed up with my mother's constant insistence that she had good hearing. At first, I pitied her as an unfortunate victim of the hauntings, but I'd exhausted all my sympathy for her by this point. After all, she reaped what she sowed. This was what she got for letting the hauntings gnaw away at her all her life without fighting back. I wouldn't be like her. I'd stand up to them and be happy, no matter what it took.
まゆちゃん、それが親に言うこと。育ての恩も忘れて。
I really feel bad for her mom. I really feel bad for her family. Shit.
無視すればいいじゃん。母さん、私が小学校でいじめにあった時もそう言ったでしょ？私や父さんが本当に陰口を言ったって言わなくたって無視すればいい。母さんやおばあちゃんがそうしてきたみたいにずっとずっと。
まゆ、あんたなんか
Ow! Fuck this!
なければよかった。
I hate this shit.
産んでくれと頼んだ覚えもないし。
Oh no! This bullshit, bro. Oh fuck! I heard this line so many times. I mean, in real life, in Twitter. Yeah, actually, those are the only two places. Maybe in college because someone's doing like a philosophy thing, but yeah, man, that sucks. Peach, what a stereotypical mother-daughter fight. Not even manga use phrases so cliche anymore, but they endured it. And so, after that vicious argument, I decided to defy my mother's ultimate order. I'm sure she originally told me this out of legitimate concern for me, but I wanted to rebel against her. Perhaps I believed by doing so I could destroy the parts of myself that were like her. The order in question concerned taboo. Okay, I was checking out how long I was streaming. I have a feeling it's gonna be 3 hours again. I don't think I could do 3 hours like it did last time. Well, as last time, I was streaming it every day, and I kind of got used to it. Connection forbidden to the descendants of the cursed quintuplets. Sorry, I had to go. Each time I see the word quintuplets, I always remember Gotoban. Anyway.
これでいいか。
Before me was a tiny diary that I bought at a stationery store right after enrolling in high school. I never bothered with one before in my life. However, I brought this out on a whim. I bought this out of a whim, suspecting a hopeful new beginning awaited me in the future. Though I never did ended up using it.
当然よね。ダイアリーは思い出の宝石箱だもの。嫌な思い出なんか記して残したくなんかないし。
I've been plagued by hauntings before then, but they only got worse after I started high school, so I couldn't come up with a positive experience to blot out the negative ones. I took the diary and pen, placed them by my pillow, and turned off the lights. The taboo forbidden to those who possess this cursed suit, was to write down one's dreams. A dream that. Oh shit! Okay, so I actually did that at one point in my life. So my dreams got super vivid and all that. It's taboo because it will make her dreams very memorable and very, feel able to keep memory about her dreams and all that. Wait, is this Erica? Sorry, I was looking at a figure. Oh, why is there no Sachi figure? Anyway, sorry, I was distracted by I was distracted. I was really distracted. Let me take a break. Let me take a break. Let me take a break. Oh, it's free. Ah, I think you'll call it a night. Oh, man. Hopefully I do remember. Oh, man. A lot of saves. Hopefully I do be streaming this like tomorrow or something, because you know, I really want to finish this game. I am kind of like so close. I mean, I just one round away to actually being completely completed this, and I just took me like a couple of months to actually get started on this one. And then hopefully the next stream on this is like another month or so. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy watching. I'll see you guys on the next stream tomorrow. The usual stuff, Chivalry 2 and Grimshin and Iwaihime. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing like some stream regarding Hold Fast. It's been a while, but for some reason, ever since I started playing Chivalry 2, it's like there's the thing, you know, like Hold Fast is like slower pace. Even the Frontlines version is slower pace compared to this one. Compared to Chivalry 2, but you know, Chivalry 2 is just like straight up an action game, you know, and uses your reflexes and all that. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed watching. I'll see you guys on the next stream tomorrow.